Let's see if one or both of our Sims can become genies with the Djinnify Me mod, or Djinn as they're called. Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my Let's Play to see if we can do this. So this mod came out in early April and I'm going to go over a little bit of the details of the mod and then I'll introduce the Sims to you. So it was early access March 18th, but it was released to the public, I think April 4th. And it says, embark on a mystical journey through the realms of magic and beyond. Discover forgotten ancient knowledge, gain mystical powers, and become an immortal supernatural being, a Djinn. Djinnify Me is a text-heavy story adventure mod where your sim can set out on a challenging journey to become a Djinn. So I'm not, like I said, we'll see whether we can do it with both of them. What it does, it pretty much exactly says what it does, which we've already said. With this mod, your sim can go on an epic adventure that takes you to many different places all over the world. You have to complete tasks on every step of the way, some of them more difficult than others or requiring specific skills. Each task is rewarded with another part of the story, and in the end, if you successfully complete your journey, your sim will turn into a Djinn and gain immortality and some powerful magical abilities. And it looks like they become blue. So how does it work? To start your journey, your sim needs to buy the dusty old tome from the reward store and read it. This will unlock the Djinnify Me aspiration quest line. All you have to do is follow the steps of the aspiration and enjoy the story. Every step is explained in-game, so I'll not spoiler it too much here. So it is 2,000 reward points. I don't know if we use one of them and buy it, if they'll both be able to read it, because I have not tested this at all. The only thing I tested is I checked before they became young adults, and they could get it as a teen stage. It was something that was available to them, but I figured it was easier to have them be young adults. And I went into a save where my Sims were spellcasters, which is normal for me. Most of my Sims are spellcasters, and they did not have the option to buy the tome, the dusty old tome. And I'm guessing it's because they're spellcasters, and so therefore can't turn into a supernatural. Like, this is another essentially occult. And it does go on to say what powers do they have. So they are immortal. Their powers are based partly on what Sim 3 genies were able to do, which I've never played with. I did get the pack with them in it, but I didn't actually play much after I got the pack. And right now my Sims 3 can't even open. Anyways, plus a few other powers that the modder thought a Djinn should have. So it says, when clicking on another sim or object, induce a deep sleep will make a sim sleep. Induce hallucination causes a sim to have hallucinations. Use telepathy learns a trait of another sim. Their romantic or woohoo preferences, or if you have for rent, discover a secret about them. Possess mind, let you mind control a sim. Ignite passion makes a sim fall in love with your Djinn. Cleanse, it cleanses your Djinn or target sim. Cleans the floor or an object. Conjure food or make fresh, conjures food or refreshes spoiled food. Repairs a broken object. And Djinn teleportation teleports your Djinn to the specified location. So some of these, honestly, some of the later ones are things they use with spellcasters a lot with spells that they have. Powers, a Djinn meditate to replenish energy. That seems more like the vampire one. Disguise yourself or remove disguise, toggles the blue skin color on or off. And then always teleport or disable always teleport, toggles the Djinn teleporting everywhere, always, because walking is for mortals. So, and then more powers and other fun things are planned for future updates. But from what I could gather, I did check. I have the most recent version of this in my game. And I have not tried this at all. So we're going to go in here. We're on the grilled cheese aspiration. We're going to go into the rewards store. And because it's not a trait or a potion, I'm assuming you need to have all showing. I haven't actually checked, but I know that's the case for things like if you want the money fruit. And I'm guessing the kelp. I don't know. I don't tend to get that very much. There's a few things here like the sacred candles from different packs. Anyway, so it's 2,000 points. So let's scroll down. Dusty old tome. A dusty old tome that's been lost and forgotten somewhere in the corner of the attic among great-great-great-grandma's belongings. It must have been there for several generations. It seems to radiate some strange ancient energy. Do you want to read it? So we're going to buy one and see if they can both read it. And while they're reading, I'll introduce them and go over a little bit. Let's see, it must be, well, only one of them can read it for sure. So we'll have Harper, who's the one who got it, read it in the first place. So they're siblings, they're twins, really, they're just siblings, but I consider them twins. I did create them at the same time. They were created as teens. I had them start with nothing using the making money scenario. I've been playing with them. They're now young adults, so obviously they're not poor anymore. They have this small house. It is a tiny residential lot, but it's at the tiny tier, so the second tier, which lets them build their skills more quickly, and have still cheaper bills, but their garden doesn't grow as quickly, and you don't have the relationship boons, which can be positive or negative. If you get into an argument, it makes it go down quicker also, but that's not what this is about. So we're going to see if when she finishes this, if her brother can also... It is actually... she got a call to be a painter, and she's already completed... Here we go. The painter aspiration, and I said yes, but I made it a holiday so she didn't have to go to work. So here we go. Harper's fingers trembled as she reached for the dusty old tome. The leather cover felt cool against her fingertips, its surface worn with age and etched with symbols of forgotten lore. As she opened the book, a surge of otherworldly energy pulsed through her, sending shivers down her spine. The pages, yellowed with time, whispered secrets of ages past, drawing Harper deeper into their mystical embrace. The words danced before her eyes, weaving a tale of ancient beings and untold power that stirred something deep within her soul. With each passing moment, Harper felt herself being pulled further into the magical tale. Images of a mystical place called Sylvan Glade filled her mind, its shimmering, otherworldly light beckoning her. A sense of urgency washed over her, mingling with the thrill of excitement and fear. As she read the last words, the ancient pages of the old tome glowing with ethereal light, Harper felt a stirring deep within her soul. The call of adventure echoed in her ears, whispering of wonders waiting to be discovered and dangers lurking in the shadows. Does Harper want to embark on this magical journey to delve into the mysteries and unlock the powers of the Djinn? So she's unlocked the Djinnify Me aspiration questline and can now embark on a magical journey to become a Djinn. If you wish to continue, open the aspiration panel, select the Djinnify Me aspiration under the knowledge category, and follow the steps. So we're going to say, okay, and hopefully that was the right thing. But she still has the book there, so I'm guessing that we're going to go... Select new aspiration. So we actually had to say select to get to it. I thought saying okay would bring it to you. So there it is. And we won't look into it too detailed. So we have to find Sylvan Glade and meditate in the tranquil silence of Sylvan Glade, which I'm thinking that means we might need to bring a meditation stool with us. Because there are certain packs that you need for this. You need... Island Living. They're living in Sulani, but that was one of the packs. You need Snowy Escape. You need Spa Day, which would make sense with the meditation. Vampires and Realm of Magic. And Jungle Adventures. I had to go look at the details on the mod. So that was the whole list, and I will get a screenshot and put it up so that you will see it all at once. So let's see whether Trace can also read this. Let's have her put it down, put away. Once she puts it away, I'll have him read it, and we'll see if the same thing happens. Well, it's there for him to read, so let's see. Actually, while he's reading, her actual traits are she is a geek, creative, and an animal enthusiast. She has 2 bonus traits because as a teen, she had a collector aspiration, and when she aged up to a young adult, I gave her a creativity aspiration, which gave her like the user trait, and nature aspiration probably, which gives you the collector trait. And she graduated with honors. Her brother was the valedictorian. I had him age up first. And you can see that she has some positive character values. She's completed some aspirations. She's bought some, points. So that's what all of those are there. And we have a club gathering going. And for Trace, he is a genius. He is active and he's a rancher. And again, I said he had the valedictorian. He has quick learner from a knowledge aspiration and business savvy from a fortune aspiration, because he had a different aspiration when I created him as a teen, and I gave him like a different one, different category of one specifically, which is what matters. And then he too has some positive character values and some purchased and earned reward traits. So we'll wait for him to finish that and then probably head to Sylvan Glade. So it looks like you do need to buy it again because it didn't work for him. So let's go in here and have him buy it and read it again. And hopefully we can have two doing it at the same time, because I usually like to work in, so there we go. He has his own, and I will have him read that, because it did not work for him to read the one that was already there. And there we go. He got it with his own. So we're going to actually say select new aspiration for him, because it did pull it up this way, and we're going to knowledge, Djinnify Me, and there we go. So we have to find the Sylvan Glade, and then I will buy them some, I don't have them already, I'll buy them meditation stools that we can take with us to go to the Sylvan Glade, because I expect that that's what we need here. And yes, it says you need to bring one to complete the task. I should look after their chickens first before we go. So I'll be back. So we're here in the neighborhood with the tree, which is like right there. And essentially it's like the starter neighborhood in Willow Creek. And this is where the BFFs live, which is Summer Holiday, Liberty, can't remember the last name, and Travis Scott. So the tree is here, and we're going to have Trace be the one to initiate it, but we can have them, like, you can have them come with you after you do it. So we're going to view. Once we're finished viewing, I'm going to view it again, and now we can water it. And this essentially unlocks the ability to explore the tree, which kids can do too. I don't know if they have the option to water now, because they didn't used to. They just used to view until they unlocked it, but now kids can garden, because I haven't tried since kids can garden, which obviously they've been able to do it for a while. So we can complement on leaves. So watering it so many times unlocks that. I'm just waiting to see if there's, and we go, we can explore it. So let's hope I can remember the answers. I haven't gone to Sylvan Glade for a very long time in my game. So I used to go. I don't live in this neighborhood very much, so I don't tend to go as much. So, well, okay, so I looked it up. We're going to follow the sound. I guess the light brings you right back out where you came from. Then we're going to follow downstream. Then we're going to enter the mist. That one's a bit more obvious, because if you think doing something like avoiding it would be bad. And now we're going to travel to the glade. Yes. So here, we can't have a club gathering going here, but we can bring Harper here. If you want to edit this lot, you need to use the bb.enable free build cheat. And I do have a version that I often will place when I come here. But we won't do that. We'll just follow the guide, which here says, find the Sylvan Glade. Did it count for her? Good, it did. I wasn't sure because she didn't actually find it, but she's here. So maybe it's just being here, which is what counts for it. And I did grab by them these, so we'll put that there. This pond is a good pond for catching. Used to be particularly good. I don't know if it matters, because I find when they redid the I think it was probably our last one. Oh, we got a pizza. Shouldn't have opened. It's gonna go bad. I didn't mean to put the gifts out. There. So she's going to come here and meditate, as is Trace. And then maybe we'll get another pop-up for one or both of them. Probably they both need to get it. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm speculating. Like I said, I have not done this before. Of course, if you want to just do this yourself, you should just be doing it yourself. Otherwise, I'm going to be, going through and seeing the different things. So I'm hoping that we can, maybe get the whole aspiration done and then explore the powers a little bit, in a few parts. If it's working properly. Let me know if you've done this yourself. I'd love to know. And if you've like got through the whole aspiration and how you found it and how you found being a Djinn. Let's hope we get through this first part. Oh, here we go. The Bloody Mountain. The air around the small magical lake of Sylvan Glade was still, save for the gentle rustle of leaves and the soft lapping of water against the shore. Trace sat in quiet contemplation, his eyes fixed on the shimmering surface of the lake as thoughts danced through his mind like shadows in the moonlight. As minutes turned to hours, Trace slipped into a tranquil trance, his senses attuned to the mystical energy that surrounded him. Suddenly, a presence stirred in the depths of the water, a shimmering figure rising from its depths like a ghostly apparition. Before him stood a water nymph, ethereal and radiant, her form glistening with the essence of the lake itself. Her voice, soft and melodic, echoed in Trace's mind, filling him with a sense of wonder and awe. "I can sense your desire, mortal," the nymph whispered, her words caressing Trace's thought like a gentle breeze. "But tread carefully, for the path you seek is rife with peril and uncertainty. Many dangers lie ahead, and not all who venture forth emerge unscathed." Trace's heart fluttered with anticipation, his resolve unwavering in the face of the nymph's warning. Trace longed for adventure, for the chance to unlock the mysteries of the Djinn and claim his destiny. Sensing Trace's determination, the nymph's eyes shimmered with approval, her form glowing with an inner light. "Very well," she said, her voice echoing with ancient wisdom. Amidst the shadows of the past of the forgotten town, you will find what you seek." With a graceful nod, the water nymph offered Trace a magical mandrake root, its purpose yet to be discovered, and vanished beneath the surface of the lake, leaving Trace alone with his thoughts and the promise of adventure that lay ahead. So let's see whether she gets it, because of course I may be messing things up trying to do it with two Sims at the same time. So he has to visit Forgotten Hollow, find a plasma fruit at Forgotten Hollow's graveyard, successfully reach the peak of Mount Kamaravi. Well, that one, I'd have to work with them a little bit. And eat the plasma fruit on top of Mount Kamaravi. Okay, that is actually pretty detailed. Is she going to get it? Or does she need to actually come back and find it herself? Because she's still meditating and she hasn't got it yet. We did get it. I was wondering if I was going to have to leave and come back. So we have the same exact pop-up as I would expect if we were going to get it, that we were going to get the same one. I just wasn't sure if I'd have to redo this. So we're going to hit OK. And obviously, these are all for her too. So we have to go to Forgotten Hollow and find that plasma fruit, which we can try going there. I'm not sure whether or not we have to be there before 5 a.m. for it to actually spawn. But maybe we'll try going there and see if we can get it right away. They are in season all year at least. And if they aren't there right away, then I'll probably have to go before 5 a.m. in the morning and hopefully it'll spawn that way. So let's go check it out. So we're here. Now we need to look and see whether there is a plasma fruit tree we can harvest. That's the biggest issue. I know there are plasma fruit trees here normally, and it does say it has to be here, but I think we already have a plasma fruit tree at home. So part of me is like, just thinking that if it's not here, I should just see whether just harvesting a plasma fruit tree will count, which we can't right now. I've had them harvest everything already. So, and are there any actually grown? I don't read, because I haven't played here since seasons. I haven't played here since I had a vampire Let's Play right after the pack shortly after the pack came out. I didn't actually buy the pack right at release. I bought it very shortly afterwards. And I decided I wanted to check them out because I thought they looked like they had done a good job with the vampires. I had never played with vampires in any other Sims game. It's the first time I've actually had even any remote interest of playing with vampires. I have played with vampires since, just not lived in this world. And not very much. Because I did a mini occult baby challenge where the goal was to try and have one of every occult with a regular non-occult sim. I'm not having any luck. Oh, look, I found one. I found a tree. So we're going to have Trace harvest the plasma fruit. So at least we got one of them to do it. And I'll look around. Oh, here we go. The Forgotten Graveyard. The small town of Forgotten Hollow lay silent beneath the cloak of night. As Sam wandered through the deserted streets, the air was heavy with eerie stillness, broken only by the distant calls of nocturnal creatures and the whispering wind that carried the secrets of the past. The graveyard lay just up the hill, its weathered tombstones surrounding the old mansion like sentinels, tendrils of chilling mist writhing between them, hinting at the forgotten tales hidden deep within the shadows. As Trace treaded cautiously among the graves, a fleeting thought crossed his mind. Why did such a small town need a cemetery of such magnitude? The question lingered briefly before dissolving into the darkness, forgotten in the face of the gnarly tree that caught his eye in the distance. The tree was skeletal and bare. Strange, glowy streaks adorned its twisted branches, drawing Trace closer with an irresistible pull. As he approached, his eyes fixated on the single fruit hanging from a branch, its luminous glow cutting through the darkness. Curiosity overcoming caution, Trace plucked the fruit from the tree. The moment his fingers touched its surface, a painful vision seized his senses. A mountain draped in pristine white snow, crimson droplets falling like rain, staining the purity of the snow with an ominous red hue, a bitter taste lingering in his mouth. Shaken but determined, Trace pocketed the mysterious fruit, a silent understanding whispering through his thoughts that this was a key, a guide to the next step of his journey. The vision had shown him a place, and with a newfound resolve, he embraced the enigma that lay ahead. So I'm going to have to see if there's another one here, or we're going to have to come back in before 5 to be able... Oh, look, we could introduce ourselves to Lilith. I'll do a cheerful introduction and then probably go fishing and see whether or not there is another tree already available, or I'm going to have to come back before 5 to be able to harvest that one. And when I mean available to harvest from, because I do remember that there was more than one tree, but I did struggle a little bit to obviously find that one. So let me take a look. And I found another one. Let me see where this one is relative. The other one was by the fishing. And this is up by this little path. And there's a town square. So I'm going to have Harper come and harvest that one. And she, of course, got the same pop-up, which I'm not going to read again. So I'm going to say, okay. So they both need to work on their rock climbing skill because they have none. So I'm going to have them do that before we go attempt the next part of this about successfully reaching the peak of Mount Kamarabi. So I'll do that, and we'll hopefully try to get to that in the next part, because that's going to be it for this part. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!